Hey, how you folks doing? What's up? Welcome back. For once, I'm clean shaved. I missed the spot. Whoops. I missed the spot when I was shaving. Oh well. Anyways, today we're here for a review. I'm very, very tired right now. I only slept like 7 hours. I don't know why I'm so tired. I used to sleep 7 hours and never be tired like this. But I think my body nowadays is adjusted to more longer sleep periods. I think like I said, my body's more adjusted to like sleeping longer. But nonetheless, today we're here for a cigarette review. Today we're going to be reviewing Marlboro Menthol Black. Menthol Black. Sorry, my voice is like fucked from smoking a lot and singing out of key and singing wrong and doing those death metal screams wrong. It basically fucks my voice over. It's a nice pack. It has, I don't remember what those are called. There's a name for that type of horse on the front. But it has the PM logo in kind of like a grayish black font with PM USA in black. And I noticed that all the PM USA logo has a different color for each coating for the pack. It says menthol and green on the top, has black all the way around on the top. Sorry, my hands are dirty. I've been tending to I'm growing cannabis plants, so I've been tending to them. This is a part of the black line. And they have these new stupid warning cards that don't come off very easily, but yeah, I'm not even gonna freaking try. Yeah, it has a black border around the top, and then it has the ribbon with a green edge around it, I guess you could call it. Underage sale prohibited, and Surgeon General's wearing on this side. For information, it has an 800 number for special offers. It has their MarlboroBlack.com. 20 Class A cigarettes, please don't litter. It says Marlboro Black Menthol, Philip Morris, Richmond, USA. And then it has Marlboro written in a raised. I can feel the raised font through the cellophane, definitely. I'm wondering if it's on the cellophane. No, it's above the cellophane. It's in the cellophane, under the cellophane. So that's pretty cool that it's that thick of a text on there. And also the Marlboro ribbon is raised a little. Top says Marlboro Menthol. Excuse me. But yeah, and I think it's pretty cool on the bottom with the tax stamp, how it has underneath it, how it has that little Marlboro Marlboro ribbon in black and green with menthol written on it. Had black foil inside it. I'm gonna skip showing the inside of the pack because I may eventually start using these Marlboro codes and whatnot. But yeah, last time I smoked a Marlboro Black, they were not terrible. I smoked one of these already, so yeah. They weren't terrible. They weren't like the greatest Marlboro I've had. So far, my favorites are the 83s. Like I've been smoking. My favorites are the 83s, 72s, reds, and the golds. They're my go-tos. Marlboro written in a greenish font is kind of a light shade of greenish blue, almost like a teal color. Marlboro. Nothing else. Just your standard looking Marlboro. Oh, fucking blue jay right there. Y'all look. Oh, she's gone. There is a blue jay's nest on the neighbor's yard in the front of on their front porch, and there's baby blue jays in there, and they're just so freaking cute. But other than that, it's just a standard looking Marlboro cigarette. Nothing different about it. It has one line of very, very thin perforations with very little spacing in between them, so they're definitely going to affect the drag. And I see little holes in this that are like in different spots too, along with the line, so definitely going to draw a good amount of air in there. Smells like a very rich smelling cigarette with a hint of paper maybe, and a very minty smell. Yeah. Tobacco on the inside is a nice brown colored tobacco, so it's very in the middle there. Filter is actually pretty hollow looking at the end. I can see through it with the light in a certain angle. I can see through the end. Dry pop, a little bit of like a rich tobacco taste coming through. Not terrible. Not too much of a taste either. a very robust, not robust, but a very rich tasting tobacco. Almost kind of like a bold tasting tobacco with like a very strong mint on it, even on the dry pop. So there may be menthol in the filter, I don't quite know. I'm not a huge fan of the Marlboro Black line. I try to not buy them as often as possible, just because I don't love them. They're not the greatest smokes ever. But I wanted to give them the menthols a try, the black menthols a try, because I've never tried them. I am noticing that the seam is a little noticeable on this filter. There's like a big seam right down here, and especially when I turn it at a certain angle in the light, I can see it right here. When I turn it that way, I can see the seam in the filter. Filter with that per line, excuse me, is on the more dense side, so it's going to have a little bit of a tighter draw. Along with that one line of perforations with the random separated holes. I don't know why they did that. There's very, very tiny give to the filter, also separation away from the paper on the inside with the cotton. Yeah, now let's get the Marlboro Black Menthols lit. I think doing all those pops made it a little hot there. And it gave off a very strong tasting tobacco, very robust. I was debating whether getting the Southern Cuts or I don't know. I was gonna get the Southern Cuts or the 72 Black Menthol. It puts off, you know, for that one line without perforations, even with those random holes in it, like I said, and that very dense filter, it puts off a damn good amount of smoke. It's already burning like Marlboro is, very, very quick, and it takes the run on one side like they all do. Even when you pack them, they burn pretty damn fast. It's because these cigarettes are probably chock full of accelerants and whatnot. It's a very, I want to say bold. Bold is the word I want to use for this. Bold. It puts off a decent amount of smoke. Like, that smoke is thick and hangs around for a while after. Like, I'm watching it over there in my yard, and it's like floating around. Very, very quick burn. Very, very quick burn. Menthol is definitely there. It's a different type of menthol. It's kind of like if you smoked a smooths. It's almost like that, but not quite like the smooth, like a peppermint. I'd almost compare these to like the ice, which I've only had it once, and I hated the ice. Very, very, very smoky. I don't know if that's just the sunlight making these look smoky. I'm not a huge fan of that flavor. It's just like that. The black line just has a certain taste to it that I don't know how to put my finger on that. What the word is for it. Maybe one of you guys can comment below who smokes these or the black line and tell me. But it's like a very bold. I don't remember what the black was supposed to be. It's been so long since I've read about it. But it's supposed to be like a bolder version of like a red. It's not so much like a menthol in your mouth. It's more like in the back of my mouth, more than like the tip of my tongue or whatever. And it's more in my throat and my chest. I feel a very cool sensation with a very strong taste of tobacco. It's a little rough on the throat too. A little bit of like a pins and needles in the throat. It's already been like 2 minutes and it's already like more than halfway in. Yeah, I was messing around with this board, and I don't know if you can't see it, but I totally like scraped, more like cut my arm. I knocked the board over and my arm was right on it. I was trying to stop it from falling over all the way, and it just took off falling and my took my arm out and it freaking stung. But I'm a fast healer, so it's only been like 3 days and it's already healing. I don't know. It's like got a hint of like almost like a chemically taste at the end here too. It's giving me a little bit of a headache. That's very weird. I'm gonna try to lip past the perforations now that we're getting further down and see if it has a even bigger body to it. Oh yeah. One more time. Very harsh on the throat. I don't know, I don't dig these that much. If you're a joint smoker, you know that you can blow on the ash and it falls off. You can do it with cigarettes too. I say almost like the black line is just a harsher version of a red. Like a harsher, more chemically papery tasting red. So, let's take an inhale, see how it goes down and talk about it. Like I said, it's a little rough on the throat. Yes. I don't like how fast these burn either. Too fast. It's got more of like an overpowering tobacco taste with like some minty mentholated taste to it. But it's just too fast burning. So we're at the end of the cigarette here. Coming out of your nose, I also forgot to mention it's just like a very minty. It doesn't really have much of an odor to it coming out of your nose. Not even like a menthol sensation. Anyways, y'all, I'm going to give this like a 6 out of 10. Gets the job done is what I'm trying to say. Y'all enjoyed this. Thank you. Have a good one. See you next. Thanks for watching, and peace.